ਸਤਨਾਮ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀਓ। ਸ਼ਲੋਕ ਮਹੱਲਾ ਤੀਜਾ। ਬ੍ਰਹਮ ਬਿੰਦੇ ਸੋ ਬ੍ਰਾਹਮਣ ਕਹੀਐ, ਜੇ ਅਨਦਿਨ ਹਰ ਲਿਵ ਲਾਇ। ਸਤਿਗੁਰ ਪੁੱਛੈ ਸਚ ਸੰਜਮ ਕਮਾਵੈ, ਹਉਮੈ ਰੋਗ ਤਿਸ ਜਾਏ। ਹਰ ਗੁਣ ਗਾਵੈ ਗੁਣ ਸੰਗ੍ਰਹਿ, ਜੋਤੀ ਜੋਤ ਮਿਲਾਏ। ਇਸ ਜੁਗ ਮਹਿ ਕੋ ਵਿਰਲਾ ਬ੍ਰਹਮ ਗਿਆਨੀ, ਜੇ ਹਉਮੈ ਮੇਟ ਸਮਾਏ। ਨਾਨਕ ਤਿਸਨੋ ਮਿਲਿਆ ਸਦਾ ਸੁਖ ਪਾਈਐ, ਜੇ ਅਨ ਦਿਨ ਹਰ ਨਾਮ ਧਿਆਏ। ਮਹੱਲਾ ਤੀਜਾ। ਅੰਤਰ ਕਪਟ ਮਨ ਮੁਖ ਅਗਿਆਨੀ, ਰਸਨਾ ਝੂਠ ਬੋਲਾਏ। ਕਪਟ ਕੀਤੈ ਹਰ ਪੁਰਖ ਨਾ ਭੀਜੈ, ਨਿਤ ਵੇਖੈ ਸੁਣੇ ਸੁਭਾਏ। ਦੂਜੈ ਭਾਏ ਜਾਏ ਜਗ ਪ੍ਰਬੋਧੈ, ਬਿਖ ਮਾਇਆ ਮੋਸ ਆਏ। ਇਤ ਕਮਾਣੇ ਸਦਾ ਦੁਖ ਪਾਵੈ, ਜੰਮੈ ਮਰੈ ਫਿਰ ਆਵੇ ਜਾਏ। ਸਹਸਾ ਮੂਲ ਨਾ ਚੁੱਕਈ, ਵਿੱਚ ਵਿਸ਼ਟਾ ਪਚੈ ਪਚਾਏ। ਜਿਸਨੋ ਕਿਰਪਾ ਕਰੇ ਮੇਰਾ ਸੁਆਮੀ, ਤਿਸ ਗੁਰ ਕੀ ਸਿੱਖ ਸੁਣਾਏ। ਹਰ ਨਾਮ ਧਿਆਵੈ ਹਰ ਨਾਮੋ ਗਾਵੈ, ਹਰ ਨਾਮੋ ਅੰਤ ਚੜਾਏ। ਪੌੜੀ ਜਿਨਾ ਹੁਕਮ ਮਨਾਇਓ, ਤੇ ਪੂਰੇ ਸੰਸਾਰ। ਸਾਹਿਬ ਸੇਵਨ ਆਪਣਾ ਪੂਰੇ ਸ਼ਬਦ ਵਿਚਾਰ। ਹਰ ਕੀ ਸੇਵਾ ਚਾਕਰੀ, ਸੱਚੈ ਸ਼ਬਦ ਪਿਆਰ। ਹਰ ਕਾ ਮਹਿਲ ਤਿਨੀ ਪਾਇਆ, ਜਿਨ ਹਉਮੈ ਵਿੱਚ ਹੋ ਮਾਰ। ਨਾਨਕ ਗੁਰਮੁਖ ਮਿਲ ਰਹੇ, ਜਪ ਹਰ ਨਾਮਾ ਉਰ ਧਾਰ। ਹਰ ਕਾ ਮਹਿਲ ਤਿਨੀ ਪਾਇਆ, ਜਿਨ ਹਉਮੈ ਵਿੱਚ ਹੋ ਮਾਰ। ਨਾਨਕ ਗੁਰਮੁਖ ਮਿਲ ਰਹੇ, ਜਪ ਹਰ ਨਾਮਾ ਉਰ ਧਾਰ। ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ। ਸੰਗਤ ਜੀਓ, today's ਪਾਵਨ ਪਿੱਤਰ ਹੁਕਮਨਾਮਾ ਸਾਹਿਬ is by ਧੰਨ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਗੁਰੂ ਅਮਰਦਾਸ ਜੀ, ਗਰੀਬ ਨਵਾਜ਼ ਸੱਚੇ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ। ਸੰਗਤ ਜੀ, this ਹੁਕਮਨਾਮਾ ਸਾਹਿਬ is on ਅੰਗ 512. ਧੰਨ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਗੁਰੂ ਅਮਰਦਾਸ ਜੀ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਜੀ, today what they share with us, they tell us what it means. Who is it that is self-realized? Who is it that's had malapa with Vaheguru Ji? Who is it that is merged back with Vaheguru Ji? So let's all embrace Guru Amar Das Ji Pacha Ji's words within our heart. Salok, salok. These words have the power and ability to take us by our even little finger, like a mother and father, like this child that is lost in this millah, in this fair, and then is looking around and thinking, where shall I go? What shall I do? I don't know which direction to turn because I've lost my way, I've lost my parents. And then all of a sudden, because that child now from inside is crying, that child is crying from the outside, that child is crying from inside, and andro oh bachcha jada pukar karda aya, oh bachcha kenda मां मैं इस मेले विच गवाच गया, मां मैं इस मेले विच इकल्ला रह गया. Mother, father, I'm left alone in this fair. I don't know which way to go. I don't know what to do. I'm lost. संगत जी, जदों अंदरों उपकार निकलूगी, when that cry comes from inside that I'm lost, and then when they hear that cry loud enough, ਕਿਸੇ ਨੇ ਕਿਸੇ ਨੂੰ ਦੱਸਿਆ, ਕਿਸੇ ਨੇ ਕਿਸੇ ਨੂੰ ਦੱਸਿਆ, somebody tells someone, and eventually that message reaches that mother and father and they come running, and all it takes is for that mother and father to take just even the little finger of that child, and the child then feels that that's it, all my pains have been taken away, I'm not lost anymore because I now have somebody that is taking me and guiding me. In that way, that's how our Guru's words are. Our Guru, tum maat pita hum barik tere, that you are my mother, you are my father, tum maat pita, that I am your little child, that you take my little finger and you will take me to lok, that beautiful, sundar, that beautiful world where there is only the existence of Vaheguru Ji. Just like Pat Ji say in Bani, kende kende Madho, hum aise, tu aisa. Kende you are like this, Vaheguru Ji, and I am like this. What am I like? Hum papi, I'm a sinner, hum papi, tum paap khandana. But you are the destroyer of all sins. Hum papi, tum paap khandana, Niko Thakur desa. And where do you actually reside, Vaheguru Ji? Niko means beautiful. Niko Thakur desa. You actually reside in that place, in that desh, in that world that is Niko. Niko means beautiful. Salok means the Guru takes our finger and takes us to that beautiful world of where Niko Thakur desa, the beautiful world of where Vaheguru Ji exists. So आओ ਆਪਾਂ ਫੜਾਈਏ ਸਾਡਾ ਹੱਥ Guru Amardas Ji Paatshah Ji ਨੂੰ ਅੱਜ. Let's give our hand to Guru Amardas Ji to show us the way. So ਕਹਿਣ ਲੱਗੇ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਬ੍ਰਹਮ ਬਿੰਦੇ ਸੋ ਬ੍ਰਾਹਮਣ ਕਹੀਏ. ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਜੀ ਕਹਿਣ ਲੱਗੇ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਬ੍ਰਹਮ ਬਿੰਦੇ ਸੋ ਬ੍ਰਹਮ ਬਿੰਦੇ ਸੋ ਬ੍ਰਾਹਮਣ ਕਹੀਏ. ਜੇ ਅਨ ਦਿਨ ਹਰ ਲਿਵ ਲਾਏ. What Paatshah Ji is saying to us here today, Brahm. Brahm means Vaheguru Ji. That Brahm, the one that is behind this entire creation. That Brahm that is behind, the one that is the doer, the Karta. Oh pyareo, oh Brahm ne, oh Vaheguru ne bana ke bas piche nahi beh gaye. That Vaheguru Ji didn't create and just sit back and just let everything happen. That Vaheguru Ji is within their creation and is the one that is behind of everything that is happening. Vaheguru Ji is the Karta, is the doer. Pyaro Brahm, Binde. Binde means to know. Jaan lana. And jaan lana here, it doesn't mean to jaan lana. It doesn't mean to know with our intellect. It's talking about here, jaan lana means to have realization, to merge, to become. Kende Brahm Binde so Brahman. Kende only that person is called a Brahman. Sangat ji, aam karke Brahman unnu kya janda ya. Often that person is referred to as a Brahmin who is said to be someone that is learned of the Vedas. Somebody that knows the Veds, the scriptures very well. They know them off by heart. They're able to translate them to other people. They do part of it. They recite it in beautiful voice, with beautiful voices. They recite these Veds, these Granths, these scriptures. Pyareo, today there's those as well that might be very learned intellectually about Gurbani as well, the Guru's words as well. They might be able to recite the Guru's words of Gurbani beautifully. There might be those today that know so much Shabads off by heart. There's those today that can actually sit and without even they don't have to do any research beforehand, just before sitting on. Not like me that I have to look at this Shabad for an hour or so beforehand. But they're so learned that they've done all their training, and now it doesn't matter what Shabad comes, they can translate it just off the cuff. But the truth is, whether you are a learned scholar within Sikhi, whether you are a learned scholar within the Hindu faith, it doesn't matter whether it be the Jewish faith, it does not matter. That's not what makes somebody a Brahman accordingly to Guru Amar Das Ji Sache Paatshah Ji. Guru Amar Das Ji Paatshah saying you can know, even if somebody knows all of Guru Granth Sahib Ji off by heart, even if somebody knows all of the Veds off by heart, even if somebody can translate the Veds, even if somebody can translate all of Guru Granth Sahib Ji Paatshah Ji's Bani, but that's not what makes somebody a Brahman. Paatshah Ji kende a Brahman is only that person, kende you truly a knowledgeable person, not if you're knowledgeable where the intellect is concerned, but a Brahman is that one that been there, that now knows the Creator, that now has merged with the Creator, that has become one with the Creator, that is actually now has realized who they are themselves. ਕਹਿਣ ਲੱਗੇ ਗੁਰੂ ਅਮਰਦਾਸ ਜੀ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਜੀ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਕਹੀਏ ਜੇ ਅਨ ਦਿਨ ਹਰ ਲਿਵ ਲਾਏ, ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਕਹੀਏ Brahman ਕਹੀਏ, ਕਹਿੰਦੇ only that one can call themselves a Brahman, only that one can truly call themselves a Gyani. ਸੰਗਤ ਜੀ, just because ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਇਹਨੇ ਗਿਆਨੀ ਦਾ ਕੋਰਸ ਕੀਤਾ ਹੈ, somebody will say that they've done a course to become a Gyani. Somebody will say they've done a course to get this title within a particular dharam. Par nahi pyareo, ਇਹ ਜਿੰਨਾ ਮਰਜੀ ਇਹ ਕੋਰਸ ਕਰਕੇ ਇਹ ਕੁਛ ਸਿੱਖ ਕੇ ਇਹ ਇੰਜ ਨਹੀਂ ਕੋਈ ਕਹਿ ਸਕਦਾ ਕਿ ਮੈਂ ਹੁਣ ਕਹੀਏ that can say that I'm a Brahman now. ਨਾ ਪਿਆਰੇ, ਉਹ ਤਾਂ ਕੇਵਲ ਜਿਹਨੇ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਅਸਲ ਵਿੱਚ ਪਛਾਣ ਲਿਆ, ਜਿਹਨੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਆਪ ਨੂੰ ਪਛਾਣ ਲਿਆ, those that have got to know themselves, only those that can actually say that I'm a Brahman. But ਉਹ ਕਹਿਣਗੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਆਪ, but they'll never say it themselves. ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਨਿਸ਼ਾਨੀ ਕੀ ਆ? What's the ਨਿਸ਼ਾਨੀ? What's the sign? ਉਹ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਜੇ ਅਨ ਦਿਨ, night and day. An means night, an din, har live laye, that whose minds are constantly live, that are attached, who are constantly day and night they're in love. Not for a even little moment do they come away from that Waheguru Ji. The connection, oh har samay oh rendi a, that can oh live, that connection is there all the time, constant. ਆਓ ਆਪਾਂ ਪੁੱਛੀਏ ਗੁਰੂ ਅਰਜਨ ਦੇਵ ਜੀ ਸੱਚੇ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਜੀ ਨੂੰ, ਆਪਾਂ ਕਹੀਏ ਹੈ ਗੁਰੂ ਅਰਜਨ ਦੇਵ ਜੀ ਸੱਚੇ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਜੀ, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਦੱਸਣਾ ਕਰੋ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਜੀ ਕਿ ਉਹ ਕੌਣ ਆ? Who is that one that is a Brahm Gyani? And Guru Arjan Dev Ji Paatshah Ji will tell us, ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਮਨ ਸਾਚਾ ਮੁਖ ਸਾਚਾ ਸੋਏ, ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਮਨ ਸਾਚਾ, because now this sacha means the truth, meaning purity has entered their mind. ਕਹਿੰਦੇ their mind, whoever is connected, whoever knows Waheguru Ji, ਪਹਿਲੀ ਗੱਲ how, ਕਈ ਵਾਰੀ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਨਾ, ਕਈ ਵਾਰੀ ਇਹ ਸਵਾਲ ਆਉਂਦਾ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਆ, ਕਈ ਵਾਰੀ ਕੋਈ ਸਵਾਲ ਪੁੱਛਦਾ ਆ, ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਕਿ ਕਿਵੇਂ ਪਤਾ ਲੱਗ ਜੂਗਾ ਕਿ ਸਾਡੀ ਅਸਲ ਵਿੱਚ ਪ੍ਰਾਪਤੀ ਹੋ ਗਈ ਰੱਬ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ? How will we know that I have met God? ਇਹ ਪਿਆਰਿਓ, ਅਸਲ ਵਿੱਚ ਇਹ ਆਪਾਂ ਤਾਂ ਸਵਾਲ ਪੁੱਛਦੇ ਆ ਕਰਕੇ ਹੱਲੇ ਉਸ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਕੋਈ ਸਾਂਝ ਬਣੀ ਨਹੀਂ, ਪਰ ਸੱਚ ਤਾਂ ਇਹ ਹੈ ਜਿਸ ਸਮੇਂ ਉਹਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਸਾਂਝ ਬਣ ਜਾਵੇ, ਫਿਰ ਪਿਆਰਿਓ ਇਹ ਕਿਸੇ ਨੂੰ ਪੁੱਛਣ ਦਾ, ਇਹ ਸਵਾਲ ਫਿਰ ਕਿਸੇ ਨੂੰ ਪੁੱਛਣਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਪੈਂਦਾ। ਉਹ ਤਾਂ ਉਹ ਆ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਇਸਤਰੀ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਪਤੀ ਦੇ ਪ੍ਰੇਮ ਵਿੱਚ ਝੂਮਦੀ ਆ, ਉਹਨੂੰ ਇਹ ਨਹੀਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਪੁੱਛਣਾ ਪੈਂਦਾ ਕਿ ਤੈਨੂੰ ਕਿਵੇਂ ਪਤਾ ਲੱਗ ਗਿਆ ਕਿ ਇਹੀ ਅਸਲ ਆ. Trying to ask somebody that how will I know that I've actually met God? When you've met God, that question won't arise. You try and ask that question to that wife that is enjoying the love of her husband. When she's in that love, you don't have to ask her how do you know? She just knows. ਇਹ ਬਸ ਜਿਹਨੇ ਦੀ ਸਾਂਝ ਪੈ ਗਈ ਉਸ ਪ੍ਰਮਾਤਮਾ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ, ਬਸ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਅੰਦਰ ਉਹ ਕੀ ਅਨੁਭਵ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਆ. They are experiencing it, ਪਰ ਉਹ ਕਿਸੇ ਨੂੰ ਦੱਸ ਨਹੀਂ ਸਕਦੇ, but they're not able to explain it to anyone else. ਗੁਰੂ ਨਾਨਕ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਜੀ ਦੀ ਬਾਣੀ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਆਖਦੀ ਆ ਪਿਆਰਿਓ, ਜੇ ਹੋਂ ਜਾਣਾ, ਕਹਿੰਦੇ that if you know that one, ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਜੇ ਹੋਂ ਜਾਣਾ, ਕਹਿੰਦੇ once you know that ਜੇ ਹੋ ਜਾਣਾ, but are you able to explain it to somebody else once you know that one? No. ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਿਸੇ ਨੂੰ ਨਹੀਂ ਦੱਸ ਸਕਦੇ ਜਦੋਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਪਛਾਣ ਲਿਆ. ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਜੇ ਹੋ ਜਾਣਾ ਆਖਾਂ ਨਾਹੀਂ, ਕਹਿਣਾ ਕਥਨ ਨਾ ਜਾਈ. Once you know that one, you cannot share that experience of knowing with anyone else. ਸੰਗਤ ਜੀ, ਕੋਈ ਕਿਸੇ ਨੂੰ ਸਮਝਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਸਕਦਾ ਉਹ ਅਨੁਭਵ ਆਪਣਾ ਕਿ ਜਦੋਂ ਉਸਨੇ ਉਸ ਪਰਮੇਸ਼ਰ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਸਾਂਝ ਪਾ ਲਈ. ਗੁਰੂ ਅਰਜਨ ਦੇਵ ਜੀ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਮਨ ਸਾਚਾ, those minds that are filled with purity now, ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਮੁਖ ਸਾਚਾ, only the truth will be upon their tongue. ਕੇਵਲ ਉਹ ਸੱਚਾ, which truth here? ਪਿਆਰਿਓ, ਮਨ ਸਾਚਾ, ਮੁਖ ਸਾਚਾ ਸੋਏ. It's not just talking about speaking the truth. Now their truth will be upon their tongues. Waheguru Ji will be speaking through their tongue. That one Waheguru Ji. It'll be beyond our little mind that can understand just that level of speaking the truth. This is speaking lies, speaking that truth. This is beyond that. This is when their truth is coming out. When somebody is speaking their truth, the world might not understand what they are saying. Their words might not make much sense to the world. Kende man sacha, mukh sacha soe, meaning only purity is coming out of their mouth, meaning that whatever they speak out of compassion. Whatever they speak from a place of love. Whatever they speak from a place of par upakar. Today, pyareo, so many people have got Guru Nanak Paatshah Ji wrong. They think that when Guru Nanak Dev Ji Paatshah Ji, when they were throwing water, when they went to the Ganges and they started throwing water to the opposite direction of all the others that were there, to all the other Brahmins, to all those that were learned of scriptures. But my Guru Nanak Paatshah Ji is throwing water completely the other opposite direction. And even though these are people that have so much knowledge, but they still could not comprehend what? Somebody that is self-realized, somebody that is the form of God, the embodiment of Waheguru Ji, they cannot understand their ways. They said to Guru Nanak Dev Ji that, what are you doing? They said that you're not throwing the water towards the sun. This is, you're meant to be carrying out this ritual in this way. You should be throwing this water towards the sun so that this water can reach your ancestors. Guru Nanak Dev Ji said, Kende nahi pyareo, Kende that I wanted to get some water towards my fields in Darbar Sahib, just to make sure that my crops don't dry out and I get the water towards there. Pyare, when Guru Nanak Dev Ji Paatshah Ji put it so calmly and beautifully, obviously there was something that dropped inside of them. The penny dropped and they said, oh wow. We was going to stop you to say you're doing something silly. And Guru Nanak Dev Ji Paatshah said, and they said, will that water reach your crops? Guru Nanak Dev Ji Paatshah is saying, well, why not? If it can reach the sun, and how far is the sun? If it can reach the sun and it can reach to your ancestors, then can it not reach my crops? The penny dropped. That you know these practices that we're doing, actually they're empty. But Guru Nanak Dev Ji Pachaji didn't put them down. And today when we debate, today when we're trying to even explain to Sikhs that are meant to be, that we take to be our own, even though that's not the way to look at the world. The way to look at the world is with those eyes that everything is a part of me. There's not that this is mine and this is not mine. This is that house where Guru Nanak Dev Ji Pachaji says that Ai Panthi Sagal Jamati Man Jeete Jag Jeet. This is that house where my Guru Nanak Dev Ji Pachaji saying Ai Panthi Sagal Jamati Man Jeeta Jag Jeet. This is, once you've conquered your mind, the problem was always our own mind. The problem was never that they are my enemies. The problem was that it was my own mind that was working against me. But once my mind became my friend, and it wasn't that this wild child out of control trying to have rule over me, then the whole world is then my friend, because my own mind now has been conquered. This is that house, pyareo. But Pachaji saying man sacha mukh sacha soye. Those that have the truth inside of them, everything they speak, a Brahm Gyani is that speaks from Par Upakar, that speaks from only that place, so that they can help somebody else. I was thinking this morning when my Guru Nanak Padshah Ji, when they left Sri Sultanpur Sahib to save the world, that Baba dekhe dhyan tar jalti sab prithvi tis aayi. When Guru Nanak Dev Ji Pachaji Ji left, as per the words of Bhai Gurdas Ji, that Baba dekhe dhyan tar jalti sab prithvi tis aayi. And the bajo Guru Gobar hai kardi suni lakai. Guru Nanak Dev Ji Pachaji Ji heard the cries of the world, and Guru Nanak Dev Ji Pachaji Ji left home to do what? Kende chadya sodhan dhart lakai, to go and help purify the minds of people in this world. And Guru Nanak Dev Ji Pachaji Ji did not go out there. Guru Nanak Dev Ji Pachaji Ji, when they were explaining to these Brahmins at that Ganga, they were not looking down at them. Today we're looking down at other people. We ourselves today, in our own panth, we are looking down at each other and saying, oh you fool. It's not like this, it's like this. Guru Nanak Dev Ji Pachaji Ji isn't looking down at anyone. A Brahma Gyani ta oh aap pyareo, that is speaking from a place of Par Upakar. From that place, when you're thinking that ye bhi kite raste lag jan, hopefully they can find their way as well. Why did Guru Nanak Dev Ji go all that way to Ganga? Not to say that look at you, you idiots. Not to look down at them. Is to say, is there as a mother to pick them up. Does a mother ever look down at her child? Na pyareo, ek maa ta kendi ya ਮੇਰਾ ਬੱਚਾ ਕਿਤੇ ਆਪਣਾ ਹੱਥ ਨਾ ਸਾੜ ਲਵੇ ਉਸ ਅੱਗ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ। ਮਾਂ ਦਾ ਤਾਂ ਦਿਲ ਇਹੋ ਜਿਹਾ ਆ, ਮਾਂ ਦਾ ਤਾਂ ਦਿਲ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਕਿ ਕਿਤੇ ਮੇਰਾ ਬੱਚਾ ਆਪਣਾ ਹੱਥ ਨਾ ਸਾੜ ਲਵੇ, ਮੈਂ ਮੇਰੇ ਬੱਚੇ ਨੂੰ ਬਚਾ ਲਵਾਂ, ਇਹਦਾ ਹੱਥ ਨਾ ਸੜ ਜਾਵੇ ਮੇਰੇ ਬੱਚੇ ਦਾ। A mother is that goes running so her child doesn't burn their hand in that fire. That's what Guru Nanak Dev Ji Pachaji Ji, that's what a Brahm Gyani is. A Brahm Gyani has got so much daya. A Brahma Gyani has got so much kindness and compassion within their heart. They're looking at the world not to say you idiot and looking down at them. They're saying, oh my children, hey mere bachcho. Brahma Gyani ta ek maa di nyai apne bachchiਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਬਚਾਉਣ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਨੇ ਉਸ ਅੱਗ ਵਿੱਚ ਸੜਨ ਤੋਂ। A Brahmagyani is traveling the world. Why? So that they're helping their children, because they see the whole humanity as their own, as their children, that they don't burn their hands. They are not there to expand a religion. They are not there to count numbers, to say, हाँ देखो एक और सिख बन गया, एक और सिख बन गया. No, they're thinking एक और बच गया मेरा बच्चा. They're thinking another child is saved. They're not trying to expand a religion. This was never about a competition of that we've got more now. We've bagged this many now. No, it's about another child has been saved. Because we are all children of that one. That's a Brahmagyani. Man sacha mukh sacha soe. Guru Nanak Dev Ji Pachi left Sultanpur because they could hear the cries of the world. And they went to the people like cannibals like Kauda Rakhash. Not once did Guru Nanak Dev Ji Pachi judge Kauda Rakhash and look down at him to say that you need to join my crew, you need to be a part of my gang, you need to be a part of my religion. No. Guru Nanak Dev Ji Pachi said that this is another child of mine that is crying. This is another part of that pantha of mine. That pantha of mine of humanity that is suffering and is crying. I'm here as a mother to save you. ਇਹਨੂੰ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਬ੍ਰਹਮ ਗਿਆਨੀ ਪਿਆਰਿਓ ਮਨ ਸਾਚਾ ਮੁਖ ਸਾਚਾ ਸੋਏ ਅਵਰ ਨਾ ਪੇਖਾ ਏਕਸ ਬਿਨ ਕੋਏ. They see nothing but that one. They see that one within Kauda Rakhash, within a cannibal. They see that one within a murderer like Sajjan Thug that is poisoning people and throwing them down in a well. They see that one within the likes of Noor Shah that is taking the innocent ones like by Mardana and making them think that they are a ram, an animal, hypnotizing them, doing all sorts with them. That's a Brahmagyani. Avarna pekhe ek se bin koi, they see nothing but that one. Kande Nanak eh lachhan Brahmagyani hoye. They said that is a Brahmagyani. Jida hirda daya da naal bharya pya aa, whose heart is filled with compassion, and that's why they are out there. Pyareo aao ਆਪਾਂ ਇਸ ਸ਼ਬਦ ਦੇ ਆਪਾਂ ਅਰਥ ਕਰੀਏ. ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਜੀ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਕਹਿਣ ਲੱਗੇ, ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਬ੍ਰਹਮ ਬਿੰਦੇ ਸੋ ਬ੍ਰਾਹਮਣ ਕਹੀਏ, ਜੇ ਅਨਦਿਨ ਹਰ ਲਿਵ ਲਾਏ ਤਾਂ I constantly have got that connection to that one. That is a Brahmagyani. That is the one that is self-realized. ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਸਤਿਗੁਰੂ ਪੁੱਛਿਆ, how do you get to that place? And you've got to go around, you've got to go and beg the Guru. You've got to beg the Guru. Puchha, Sach Sanjam Kamave. You've got to ask them, what is the path of truth? What is that path of Sach? Of Sanjam, of self-control of these senses, of not being so self-centered. Kamave, we've got to earn this path of truthfulness. We've got to earn this path of Sanjam, of self-control, of constantly giving into the pleasures of these senses. Can they home rog this jaye? Can they only in this way when we ask the Guru, not say menu pata, huh? I know. No, when we say, Guru, I need you. When the moment I say to the Guru, I need you, I'm saying, here, take this home, take this ego, I don't want it. It's ruining my life. It's keeping that veil between me and my husband. Sangaji, there's a beautiful Pankti, if I can remember it. In that Pankti, Pache say that they give an example of Pambiri ke paat Pambiri ke paat pardo. If I'm getting that right, there we go. Pambiri ke paat pardo bin pekhe dur aayo. But the truth is, Vaheguru Ji is not far. Can they, because what is it? Can they how Peet Peo hai Bichu. There's this wall, Peet means this wall of home of ego between us. Kende sunat des nikatayo, I've heard that you are so close. But what does it matter that you are so close, Waheguruji? Even though you are so close, but for me, you are so far. Because Pambiri ke paad pardo. Because the truth is that even though that you might be as close as, the only thing that is dividing us is Pambiri means a butterfly, paat means the parda, the veil. The veil is talking about the little wing of that butterfly, how delicate it is and how thin that veil is. That's the only paat is the wing of the pardo, meaning the veil. That's how close you are, Waheguruji. That's it. But bin peke dur aayo. But until I can't see you, then you are far from me. Because it's the truth. You are close, but you are far. How can this be the truth? That those are opposites? No. It's a paradox. The truth is that you are close. But until that ego is there, the truth is that you are far. It's this ego that is dividing us. Baljit is saying that Payo Kirpal Sarb Ko Thakur Sagro Dukh Mitayo Sangaji. But coming back to the Shabad that we are going through, Baljit kende Sadguru Puche Sach Sanjam Kamave Home Rog Dis Ajaye. This is what is causing our suffering, this I, this home. When we give it to the Guru and then we walk on that path of truth, then we get to realize Waheguruji kende har gun gaave gun sangrah jyoti jyot milaye. Kende singing the praises of Waheguruji gun sangrah. Then sangrah means to accumulate. Sangrah means to actually take on these qualities of love and compassion and being of forgiving nature. Jyoti Jyot Malaya, that is what will take us to merge back in. That light will go back into that light, merge back in with Waheguruji and have that self-realization. There's many people that might refer to themselves as somebody that is realized, but Baljit is saying there's very few. Very few. Home made Samaya that is actually merged back in with that Waheguruji, that has actually erased that home. It's very difficult to let go of that home. I was saying yesterday in Seskriti Slok that Sangaji, this home is that break, that wall will even come when somebody gives up their greed, when somebody gives up so many things, but then they have the home that I've given it up. I have given it up. I am so great that I have kept my gaze. I now do seva. I am doing something so amazing. The home is come in again. That's how subtle it is. Baljit kende that's why there's only very few that have realized themselves, because for them that it is just Waheguru serving Waheguru. There is no one else left. Nanak tisno milya sada sukh paiye je anden har naam te aaye. Kende Nanak tisno milya. It's those that meet Waheguruji sada sukh paiye. Those that meet Waheguruji, they find constant sukh. They've got constant bliss. Because if there is only one, there is nothing to lose, there is nothing to gain. No one dies in that world, so there is nothing to have sorrow about. Jithe koi marda hi nahi, na ho mare, na hove sog, denda rahe, na chuke bhog. Sangat ji, je andin har naam te aaye, that are constantly, night and day, are meditating on the name of Waheguruji. Mahalla tija, antar kapat manmukh agyani, rasna jhoot bolaye. Kende pyareo, antar kapat, those kende that have kapat, that are deceitful from inside, constantly deceiving others, manmukh agyani, that actually have no realization, are agyani, are living in ignorance, manmukh that follow their mind. Rasna jhoot bolaye, and they then living in that ignorance are constantly from their tongue, they are speaking lies. Why do we lie? We lie because out of fear. Because we don't want somebody to know about our sins. We lie to look good amongst others. We're living in fear. But a Brahma Gyani has no fear. Because for a Brahma Gyani, they've got everything. They are complete from inside. But a Manmukh, because they're not complete, they will do all sorts to try and please others, and even if that means to lie. Paach kende kapate kite, kende doing deceitful acts, kende har purkh na pije. How do you expect them to fall in love, to become drenched in love with Waheguru Ji? Nit vekhe sune subahe, kende not realizing that nit vekha, that constantly are being watched, vekhe sune subahe. They're being heard by Waheguru Ji. Paach ji ਕਹਿਣ ਲੱਗੇ, ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਦੂਜੇ ਭਾਏ ਜਾਏ ਜਗ ਪਰਬੋਧਾ ਬਿਖ ਮਾਇਆ ਮੋਹ ਸਵਾਏ. ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਦੂਜੇ ਭਾਏ, they're in love with duality, they're in love with what is an illusion, they're in love with what is not real. ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਜਾਏ ਦੂਜੇ ਭਾਏ ਜਗ ਪਰਬੋਧਾ. ਕਹਿੰਦੇ they're searching within this world for that truth and happiness. ਕਹਿੰਦੇ but how can they find it when they're in love with something that is just an illusion? Can they bik maya moh soai? Can they, what has become their taste? Their taste. What is it that they enjoy now? Can they enjoy poison? They enjoy consuming poison, slander, lying. That has become now, that's what they're enjoying more. Now they become attached to these things. This has become their taste. Can they nit kamana? Sada dukh pave, and constantly earning things like slander and lying. Kende that's obviously going to bring dukh to us, that's going to bring pain to us. Kende jamme mare fir aave jaye. Kende that's going to keep us in the cycle of birth and death. Kende sahsa mool na chukkai. Kende in this way the sahsa, kende that doubt will not be taken away, removed from us. Kende vich vista pache pachaye. Kende vishta, kende we're constantly in that visht. Visht is that, Vishta means poison, Vishta also means manure, meaning that we're rolling around in dirt. That Vishta pache pachaye. Paach ji ਕਹਿਣ ਲੱਗੇ, ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਜਿਸਨੂੰ ਕਿਰਪਾ ਕਰੇ ਮੇਰਾ swami. ਕਹਿੰਦੇ whoever that swami, that Waheguru Ji is now, that showers their grace upon, ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਤਿਸ ਗੁਰ ਕੀ ਸਿੱਖ ਸੁਣਾਏ. ਕਹਿੰਦੇ then, ਕਹਿੰਦੇ the Guru will give their teachings to them, will give them their word. Paach ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਹਰ ਨਾਮ ਧਿਆਵੈ, Har namo gave, and then they will meditate on God's name and constantly sing the praises of God. Kende har namo ante chadai, and it is God's name that will save them in the end. And who is it that Waheguru Ji showers the kripa on? It's those that actually realize now that I've lost, that I'm so dukhi, that I'm suffering with the way that I'm carrying on with my life, that I must be doing something wrong and I need your grace now. Then Paach ji ਕਹਿਣ ਲੱਗੇ, ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਪੌੜੀ ਜਿਨਾ ਹੁਕਮ ਮਨਾਇਓ ਤੇ ਪੂਰੇ ਸੰਸਾਰ. ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਉਸ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਨੇ ਆਪਣਾ ਹੁਕਮ ਮਨਾ ਲਿਆ. ਕਹਿੰਦੇ those that Guru Sahib Ji actually bring them in line with Waheguru Ji's hukam, with Waheguru Ji's beautiful law that actually brings them true anand from inside, true bliss from inside. ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਤੇ ਪੂਰੇ ਸੰਸਾਰ, they are the true, they've become complete in this world. Kende Sahib sevan apna pure shabd vichar. Kende then they meditate, they serve Waheguru Ji through what? Through pure shabd, through the perfect, complete words of the Guru, and they vichar and they reflect and contemplate on what the Guru tells them. Har ki seva chakri sache shabd pyar, har ki seva chakri. Kende they, what becomes their service? Chakri means their service becomes har ki seva. They are now constantly serving God. They don't serve anything other than God. They're not serving somebody that is homeless. They're not serving a murderer. They're not serving somebody that is a rapist. They are serving God. They see God in everyone. So Sache Shabd Pyar, remember in your mind, if you're serving somebody that is a rapist, somebody that is homeless, you will never be able to get out of pride and arrogance, because you will always remain above. But if you see that you are serving Vaheguru, that is the only way to merge with Vaheguru. Sache Shabd Pyar, that's what it means to have love for the Guru's word when we are serving Vaheguru through everyone and everything. They are the ones that have actually experienced the mansion, the world of being in that place of where there is only the existence of Vaheguru. They see nothing but Vaheguru. Those that have actually now taken and got rid of that home, got rid of that ego from inside. पाच कहंदे नानक गुरमुख मिल रहे जप हर नामा उरतार कहंदे नानक गुरमुख मिल रहे कहंदे it is those that have followed the Guru, they are constantly, they are mil rahe, that are meeting Vaheguru Ji jap har nama urtar, those that are actually meditating on the name of God inside of their heart. Sangat Ji, so ਆਪਾਂ ਅਰਦਾਸ ਕਰੀਏ ਹੈ ਸੱਚੇ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਕਿ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਉਸ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਦੀ ਸੇਵਾ ਬਖਸ਼ੋ. Bless us with serving that Vaheguru Ji, that one. Bless us so that we can serve not the homeless, so we can serve Vaheguru Ji. Sangat Ji, until we are in our minds serving somebody, in our mind that it's a homeless, there's still a danger of pride. But a Brahmagyani is that, Pyareo. Let's finish off with Guru Arjan Dev Ji Paat Ji's words, saying a Brahmagyani is man sacha, mukh sacha soe. This is where we all want to get to. And the truth is that it'll probably take many lifetimes, even though it can be done in this moment. But the truth for most of us will be that it will take multiple lifetimes to get to that place. Man sacha, when our mind becomes pure. Mukh sacha soe, when every word that comes from this mouth comes from compassion. Avarna peke ekas bin koe, when we see nothing but that one, Nanake lachan Brahmagyani hoye, that is the one that is self-realized, that becomes like a mother to the entire world and creation. Vaheguru Ji ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji ki Fateh.